He owns Mint Yard Works in Indiana, and today's the second day, but you're leaving tomorrow morning early.
Like super early, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the last day. I gave him a shop tour. We talked about business. I hope that I gave you like some tips to help you with your business.
Yeah.
But anyway, he came to get some information on garden maintenance, garden cleanups. So what do you think now that, your visit's almost over?
Yeah.
How do you think it went? What did you learn? What did you take away?
Well, I've got a list in my phone of like 30 things that like I need to immediately implement.
Yeah.
In my business, like as soon as I get home. And I think I told you. You asked me like at lunch today, like about the value. Like I'm nervous. I feel pressure to deliver value. It's like, man, listen. Like one of the first things we went over, like one of my first questions was about marketing and advertising, and you showed me something on YouTube, like what you guys, or not YouTube, but Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that alone, I just know for a fact is gonna 10x how much this trip even costs.
Right on. Yeah.
So it's like 10 minutes in the trip. If I had to fly out an hour after I got here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it would have paid for itself. It would have been well worth it. And then, God, we went 48 more hours that are just constant. I keep using the word value, but that's like what
Awesome.
it was. Constant value, constantly great things. I came for what started was because I stumbled upon a YouTube channel and like one of your videos about garden maintenance. I was like, man, I need to be doing that in my business because I'm mostly a mow and install guy.
Yeah.
And I left with like just a wealth of knowledge.
Nice.
That it was awesome.
So what do you, so the marketing, you're going to try and implement that right away, which, should be, definitely something you should do for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What about process in your business? If you learned anything that you think you're going to, what would you want to implement based on like the process of your business or service or something like that?
The common theme we had is the card on file, charging every service.
Yeah.
I do monthly billing. I came here and had to check the bank account a couple of times because I've got guys back working and it's our first month of mowing, so it's like I've got all this payroll leaving. And I need to be charging every week.
Cash flow.
Yeah, cash flow is a problem. Like it's like I have a lot of accounts receivable, but my bank account's like I got a couple weeks of payroll in my bank account. So it's like I'm feeling stressed, and that stress would go away with monthly billing, like cards on file, like you said.
Absolutely. I think in order to be the strongest business you need to be charging every day so that you can afford to fix any issues that happen, buy things that are on sale or a good deal, or being able to just pay your employees without stressing. So all those things are super important. Sorry, I forgot to, like I always do, I forgot to find our channel here so we can see if there's any questions. Okay, so far nobody's here. But
my wife probably.
But the fact that you know what? I'm not on the right channel. 1 second. Here we go. Now we will see if there's any comments. And maybe this isn't a comment thing this year or this video.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're here, left your business is huge. I think that puts you ahead of maybe, I shouldn't say ahead, but like get you to your goals faster if you can leave your business and have people working. You're taking phone calls like without missing a beat. So I think you're definitely headed in the right direction. I think just you being here shows how dedicated you are and how much trust you do have in your people, which is one of the biggest things that I see most people not doing, trusting their workers.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I would suggest now that you left, you don't need to leave when you're at the shop, like at your own, at your own service area, but like keep that going, like almost like you're not there, but you are, but pushing work.
Yeah.
So being more of like a sales, and I've talked to you about other things too, with like, finding that right person to be the team leader.
Yeah.
With new people, training, those things are important. Is that anything too that you see yourself doing?
Yeah, so it's like one of the first things on the first day was like not something you like implement exactly, like not a technical thing for the business, but like just like a mental thing. Is, and I've always heard it, is like we're in the people business, not the lawn business or like that. And then you told me about your guy. I don't know if I can name him or anything, but your guy that is a big game changer for you.
Oh yeah, Fernando.
Yeah, Fernando. I didn't know if I was name. I didn't know.
I actually have a few. I don't want to just say Fernando. I've got other guys too that are just amazing, but I think that's who you were talking.
Yeah. The guy that's like you just use him as an example. It's like a game changer for business, and it's like. I can learn a technical thing to make me mow a lawn like a little bit better, this little detail, and that'll make me get maybe a couple more customers and maybe slightly improve my retention. But if I find a Fernando caliber guy, that'll change my business, by multiples of X. Add zeros to my business.
Yeah, because you can focus on pushing the work. The more like your presence or reputation grows because of good workers like that, the easier it is to sell more work.
Yeah.
And you feel more confident. That's the other part about it that I don't think we even touched is like we have a confidence when our phone rings. Like you want garden work or you want whatever service that we offer, you're going to get the best. So here's the price, but that's what we want. Because if our guys do mess up, we know that we're going to send them back, and our guys and good employees will always feel obligated to make it right.
Yeah.
Like we had a worker today that said, a customer came out and wasn't really happy about whatever, but it was snowing. Like he was trying to defend himself and he didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
He didn't even work in the yard because it was snowing.
Yeah.
It actually snowed today. He came during the worst time, like as far as the weather. It snowed yesterday and today. It's been the coldest it's ever been. When I unlocked the gates, I had to torch them with the heat gun.
And you
You
melted the plastic.
I melted the plastic on it, trying to heat it so I could unlock it.
I was here like 10 minutes, and he's got a torch to his locks to open up the place.
So it's kind of funny how that's when you came, but we still got a lot done. We still worked. I think that was still a lesson there with workers. Like we're talking about people, they still came ready to work. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and you even said I'm just not gonna text them and if they come in, we'll give them work. But I'm not gonna make them come in.
Right.
And I think literally everybody came in. Maybe one person not come yesterday? Did he have a far drive? I don't know. I think everyone came in.
I think he called ahead and was like, I think we're talking about Aaron.
Okay.
And he called ahead asking if it was snowing here because he got dumped on where he lives. He lives 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe we're starting later. You want to try coming in later? He came in later and got his route done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But half the crews, half the mow guys didn't because there was still snow on the north side of our service area.
But they showed up and went to the route. Yeah. They literally did. They just didn't perform all the work if there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's literally an inch of snow on everyone's lawn, and your guys are showing up without being told. And I mean, that's
they just want to work.
I
have workers. I've got workers that want to work.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're looking for everywhere. We should be looking for guys that want to work. I know it's hard. I know you never know if you're going to find somebody with that dedication, tenacity, responsibilities, but that's what you want to lead. That's what you want to get to.
Yeah.
But so as far as the gardens, what's a pain point? Like you say you want to offer more services.
Yeah.
Based on what you saw with the garden division that I have with the cleanups and the maintenance, what do you like and what do you not like about it?
I really like the confidence that you guys have, and you kind of touched on it just a second ago, but you have such confidence that you charge high prices. I mean, we talked about it. You know you're up there in price, but you answer that phone, and you know you're delivering so much value that you don't back down.
Right.
And just being newer and maybe less confident in my stuff, I've always backed down. You're right. It's a little high. We can do it for this, and seeing that. For one, I went out with the crew and did 2 jobs. I just wanted to get out there and see what are you doing to charge these prices, and went out there and did it and was like, obviously you guys do great work, but I was like, I know I can do this. And if Freddie's getting these prices with his employees, I know I can too. Maybe, I know I can. So it kind of gave me confidence. That's kind of what I liked about it. And didn't like, what's there not to like? You obviously have something really successful going on here. There's none not just tooting your own horn. There's nothing to dislike, about it. You're making great money. You have great employees.
Yeah.
Like it's just all good things. I need to go home and
and so and I get it. Yeah. We're mowing. We're making gardens look good without weeds. Like we're taking the weeds out. I mean, there's only so much you can do. But we did go through. So me and Brendon went to we went to 3 properties yesterday, so I could show him what 3 weekly garden jobs look like, right?
Yeah.
And you first get there, and they look great, right? Everything looked great.
Yeah.
But we go there every week, right?
Yeah.
So Brendon was like, "What do you do here?" Every single week. Well, it's like we keep it looking like this
at all times.
Me and him were actually going through the shrubs like pretty closely to kind of, because there was 2 bushes that looked perfectly manicured, and then there's one that from step back it looked perfectly, but you could tell they didn't get to that one yet.
Yeah.
So they're always like working on something, but it's almost like you need a microscope to see it, because you're going every week.
Yeah.
You go every week. I mean, the better look damn good.
That's what they're paying for.
We did find a few things, and I took some pictures. And I was telling Brendon that sometimes when you go to a weekly customer or a customer that's a no limit, meaning stay as long as you want every week or every month or however long you're there for, you got to make the patios look good, the walkways, the rugs. You got to dust them off. You got to find stuff to do that's outside of the garden beds, because they're paying you unlimited amount of money to just go and make their yard look great, and sometimes that's going farther. So one of the things I noticed, because when we went to the jobs, I had the app open, and I took pictures because I saw a a pallet?
Yeah.
There was a pallet at the end of the driveway. It looked like, why is it there? That should have been taken by the garden guys.
Yeah.
Even though the gardens looked immaculate, there was also a basketball court in one of the backyards, and there was 2 aspen trees where the branches were like over the basketball court. I bet you it hasn't been maintained in so long.
Yeah.
But it's a basketball court.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be anything above obstructing the shot.
You couldn't shoot.
Yeah, not from far away. Yeah. So you got a no limit customer that's willing to pay every single week or month or whatever, as long as it takes to make everything look perfect. You got to look for those things.
Yeah.
And my guys probably missed that. But so I had to walk there. So on a customer that we go every single week and looks perfect, I found something.
A couple things, yeah.
There was also like a stake that was put on a tree that they planted years ago. Somebody planted it, and they never took that stake that held the tree straight off, but it's no longer touching the tree, and it's just sitting there. It looks good.
The tree is like massive, and it's got this little twig next to it. Like,
right next
we knew
to
it was supposed to be for.
Yeah,
but it was so
exactly.
long.
So, I mean, you got to look for things, and I guarantee you go to a property every single week, you're going to find something. Yeah. So you're going to have customers that are willing to pay for this stuff. You just have to ask or offer it. So that's one of the things that I wanted to let you know is, like, I hear this all the time. Who's going to pay weekly?
Yeah, it's that bias that I told you about. It's like I have, and I can't remember where I got it, but like the bias of like, I would never pay this price.
You got to get that out of your head. Like, that's not you.
Exactly right.
Let me see. So I know you a little bit here. I know that you wrestle. I would never wrestle, bro.
Yeah.
Does that mean you won't wrestle? Yeah. Like, you can't go off of what somebody does.
You would never buy a wrestling mat for your basement.
Right, exactly.
If I found a good deal, I'd put one in my basement right now.
Totally. So that's the same thing with yard. Like, just go there, offer them the best service. What is the best service? Well, that's doing an initial cleanup and then setting you up on a maintenance plan, whether it's your choice to go weekly, monthly, or every 2 weeks. The most popular is weekly because it's going to look immaculate every single week. That's the best service you can offer for your garden beds. That's your job to offer to the customer. Now it's their job to say, I can't do it, I don't want to do it, move on, or once a month is fine. And that's great, but don't think because you won't pay for it that nobody else will. Because before I started Lawn Thumbs, I mowed my own lawn.
Yeah.
I didn't pay anybody to do it.
Yeah, even if I didn't have a lawn care company, I would not pay someone to mow my lawn.
And I had joy doing it, though. Like, I love doing it.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
So it was really easy for me to offer it because I like doing it. But anyway, so what else? What else did you learn, take away, or is there still something that you want to go deeper on?
You know what? And we actually, like, the last hour was really, we bounced around a lot, but the theme of the last hour when we were out just pacing around back and forth talking, was like the email marketing, That's one thing it's fresh in my mind, but I'm really thinking about it, and it's like, man, that's so important.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it, and I know I have at least 150 emails of customers, and, some more recent, some might be from 2 years ago, I don't know, but that's 150 warm leads sitting in my inbox, or not in my inbox, whatever, my software, not being used. Yeah. And you're telling me how much of a game changer, like, you get so much of your work from your email. Yeah. And I'm not doing it at all. I'm like, it's kind of like I'm wasting money, or like I'm just like, oh, I don't want that money.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and you're telling me you're busy. You're busy doing jobs. You're busy taking phone calls. To start the day, you sit down, write an email, copy, paste it to, if you can send it to everybody, or just copy and paste it to your top customers, the ones that will say yes. I guarantee you've got 5 customers that will say yes to anything because they believe in your product, they believe in you, they know that you work good, and they're going to do it. You can just market to them, and then after that, then you can start marketing it to everybody. Yeah. But email marketing is the way to go.
It's so it's like that's one of the top things on the list of priorities that I'm leaving with. It's like I've got to get that, and I knew it was important. I mean, I made a MailChimp account this year, and I just never got around to putting them in, and then I'm hearing you're like, I mean, you said like
we send out one a day at least. Yeah. At least, once a week. Yeah. Once a week we send out to every single customer in our system. Yeah. Well, not our like canceled customers. Yeah. Just the active that we've done something for within the last 12 months.
So what's they canceled services?
Yeah. So somebody that canceled.
Sure.
We don't market them, but so I'm just throwing out a number out there. So we have about 1,600 customers that we've done something for within the last 12 months. Wow. Okay. And we have probably, I'm not joking. Yeah. 7,000 leads that never said yes, but we still have them in our system. Wow. But we don't market to them, but really there's still something there. So there's still an opportunity for that. Yeah.
But you don't use those at all? You should. Yeah.
No, we reach out to them once we take them off our active lead list, meaning like right now we have 400. Yeah. We have 400 active leads that we're just too busy getting the season going that we haven't like closed them. We haven't gotten they said no. Yeah. Because we usually bug them, and we've usually had certain people in the office that was their main thing, was going after those customers. Yeah. But they're not here right now, so we're kind of like, but when they say no, that's when we stop. Like, they got to tell us no. Yeah. But active customers that we've done something for, or we're still working for them, they get at least one email every single week, sometimes 2. Yeah. And when it's like a service that is very time sensitive, like Christmas lights, they may get reminders, like 4 reminders a month, maybe 5, on top of whatever other emails we're sending them. Or sometimes it's like the last day or the weekend. We did an April Fool's email blast because we said that our mulch discount for 5% ended the day before April, so last day of March. Yeah. But then it was the weekend, and we said, let's do an April Fool's
Yeah.
and say it's still available for one more week. So we did that, and we got a ton of work.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Like something sneaky like that. That's
yeah.
not sneaky. Like you're not being. You're just. You're just marketing. You're just keeping it going.
Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
rules.
No, there's no rules.
There's no rules.
There's no rules, and we're offering a service that we're fine. It's a discount.
Yeah.
So I think people would want to hear that. We do get people cancel like from the subscribe from because
Like how many? Like what? Like do you know? Like is it 1%? Is it 30? Like
No, it's probably 1%.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
It's tiny, but because of this privacy thing, we don't know. We can look if we went into every single account, but we don't get a report that says, "Hey, 5 people."
Really?
Unsubscribed.
It's like it's a privacy thing that you can. They can't even tell you which emails unsubscribed.
Yeah.
Wow. That's.
I mean, you probably can do that on like ServiceChimp or whatever it's called. MailChimp.
Yeah.
But not the system that I use.
Yeah.
So
that's the
I
point.
can find it.
Yeah.
If I can go, I never heard back from so and so. Like
yeah, you could look
a customer that I know would normally, and I look in there and I could see they do not market. They click the do not market.
Yeah.
But just in general, I don't get a report.
Yeah. You didn't answer that.
Nah. Nope, it's after 5.
This is Freddie from YouTube.
So we actually close at 5, officially every day. So I'm good to not answer, but
that's awesome. Eventually I'll offload my calling, but right now 9 p.m. If I'm not in bed, I'm still answering.
Yeah. So I did that for a long time too, and I don't mind doing that. I really don't mind doing that, but it's to the point where it's just like. So what I should do is do a phone service or answering service. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But because the way our system is with all the different lines, and then sometimes we had people working from home, we just have it going to cell phones after this.
Yeah.
So somebody could still answer.
Yeah.
That phone call. Yeah, if they want to answer it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll see who it is and they'll answer it. But anyway, I'm really excited for you. And I hope that, you do well. I'm not trying to cut this off. Is there something else that you want to...
you actually, I don't know. You see all kinds of videos about software reviews and all this stuff. And, I just use Jobber. I don't know why I picked Jobber. I just think I saw it so much. I just had a brand awareness of it and I went to it. And I've always known about Service Autopilot also in the same way, but I was like, I don't need it yet or whatever. But I tell you what, watching you operate out of Service, you and your staff operate out of Service Autopilot, that thing is got
powerful.
So many bells and whistles for your company.
People don't even know how powerful it is.
I would do it from day. I'm debating between switching now and switching in the winter because it is a lot to set up, and I would probably have to outsource a lot of that right now. But if I could have really seen all that, I would have done it from day one.
Yeah, there's a learning curve for it, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Jobber has a nice interface with customers and estimates. Mm-hmm. Like the estimating feature is awesome. I don't like the optimizing the routes. I don't even think there is one. Maybe there is.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you can do it if you really learn how to do it.
Maybe.
There's always a workaround, something I would think.
Yeah.
But one of the powerful features of Service Autopilot is the dispatch board with routing. You click a button and everybody has their route in order.
Yeah.
Sometimes not that easy, but that's basically how it is.
Yeah.
And I use a software that costs a lot more money, also Service Titan. And Service Titan is really good, but Service Autopilot is actually more powerful than Service Titan.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. It has some cool features about it for a tech on the property to do estimates. That's something that Service Autopilot lacks.
Yeah.
But, as far as, hey, you've got these 10 jobs, I've dispatched them to you. There's nothing better, And seeing all the reports that Service Autopilot has, the emailing automations, it goes on and on. And we use a lot of it too. So there's a lot of companies that they say we only use 10% of this software. We use about 90% of Service Autopilot. So we're getting a lot of the features.
You had 323 email automated templates or whatever, like
Yeah.
we had created to automatically go out at certain times and
Yeah.
for certain customers and certain services and certain situations.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I mean, we don't use.
I know some are for canceled services and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff there. The documents for the different services, you can add videos to the estimates. I don't know if you can do that in the other ones, but maybe you can.
Yeah.
But all those things are like just awesome. And I'm not trying to upsell.
No, I have no
service
I don't
autopilot.
use it, so I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, coming to the shop, me saying, "Hey, this is what changed my business," is software like that, service autopilot. So that's why I champion it, because it does help.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And measuring, because that was the other part about it.
Yeah.
We get all our prices for measuring the properties.
Yeah.
And it just fills in all the prices.
Your office staff who maybe have never mowed a lawn can give a mowing price from the office.
Yeah. It's to the point where, like, I mean, somebody asks us to go to a property to look at it for giving a mow price.
Yeah.
And we literally are looking at each other in the office like, what is wrong with that? Why do they want us to do that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We can see it right
That's
here.
so crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a question here. Eclipse. What is your most effective marketing tool? The trucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Those trucks, when they're all out there, I mean, they're everywhere, and because they're branded, it looks like there's double the amount.
Yeah.
You know, if you happen to be driving you leave your neighborhood to go to the grocery store, you see my blue truck just there. You go to the grocery store, you see another one, you just think they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they're so bright and
plus you're in the grocery stores too.
I have an ad in our grocery store.
Yeah.
We went to the grocery store to get some grilling food so I can grill to the team this morning. But yeah, so the next thing is what we talked about, the email.
Number 2.
2 would be email marketing, and then Facebook. Posting videos on there.
Power videos.
Yeah. Videos where you need work, you can put these videos out and you will get the phone ringing. How about you? Before today, what was your best marketing tool?
So I grew my company to where it is today, which is not that big. 2 employees, 2 laborers right now. By door hangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and last year I went through the ringer of like testing, but like just trying different things, and I couldn't get anything to ring like door hangers.
Okay.
And I don't know what it was, but that made the phone ring a bunch. Last year I had 2 high school kids. They got paid per door hanger. I paid them 20 cents a door hanger. They averaged $12 an hour cash.
Nice.
That was their full-time job last summer, and
that's a hard job actually too.
I tracked, because I went out and passed door hangers. Even this year, I passed them out when we were starting to get going. I think I was averaging like 6-7 miles walking.
Yeah.
So
we used to have a lot more door hangers.
Yeah.
Or just flyers that we would stick on the side of the door.
Yeah.
And we had an employee who just was no shame, nothing. He was just, people were playing and talking in the front yard. He'd walk right by them and put it on the door. He did not stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think it takes a strong person to do it. And I'm just like, I hear pots and pans and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But we have these door hangers here. I thought this was so we used to do house cleaning, which we don't do anymore. But that was my door hanger for house cleaning. And then here's my Christmas light one.
That one looks good. I like that one a lot.
And then I've got one for my lawn care stuff, but
yeah,
I don't see it. I think they're in the vehicles.
These feel good too.
So we have, those are waterproof.
They're like matte.
Yeah.
Like matte finish. That's
So on basically our lawn ones look just like this one too. And on the back we have this area where you can write with a marker. And so if you show up to a property and you go, hey, we cleaned or we planted the flower beds next door neighbor at Smith's house. we'd love to work on your roses that need pruning right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's time to prune those roses or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
the deal is. And then I think that's a strong marketing
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
I do have
good.
one thing that I'm having a lot of success with right now is the Google, which like everyone knows about Google. But the story I have about it is like last year I paid a crap ton of money. I got signed up with one of those people that call you. They didn't call me. I went for them. But like I get the calls for like, hey, like $500 a month and a minimum $500 spend, and we'll run your Google ads, right? And I did that, and I did it for like 2 or 3 months. And I tell you what, I got like no phone calls.
Really?
Like seriously, like maybe 1 or 2 a day, and half of them were like wrong numbers. Like, and it's weird. Like I get if they were like looking for a long. Half of them were like, "Hey, is this not Billy's HVAC?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
like it's so weird. But and then like I would.
You know
I knew
why?
it was coming from Google.
Yeah, because they share that number. Like they use that number for
Yeah.
tracking.
Yeah.
And so some HVAC company use their service. They use that tracking number,
Sure.
and they still have it.
Yeah, but now I found, and I just really wanted to try, and I found someone else, and I told them I'm not doing monthly. I'll pay to set it up, and then I'll do like an hour consulting call to review the results and maybe make any changes. So that's it. So it was like $600-700 to set up, and then now I'm doing like $70 for an hour consulting call once a month. It's way cheaper. And like you saw me calls, almost all those, or I got yesterday, those are almost all from Google.
Oh wow!
So it was like I'm probably averaging like 6, but like yesterday I got like 10
Okay.
plus. I don't know why.
So just to give you an idea, I only use Google for sprinklers.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, oh damn, my sprinkler's broke. I got a pipe broke. I need to call somebody now. Like that's to me only thing Google is good for.
Yeah.
But to find lawn mowing, I think people do a little bit of research on that. It's not like oh man, I need my lawn mowed right now, but they need their sprinklers fixed right now. So that's the only service we put on Google.
Yeah.
We don't even put garden maintenance or garden cleanups on there.
Wow.
Yeah, because we'd be spending. At one point I was putting like basically almost like a no limit for Google.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even spending everything because we weren't getting that many clicks, but it was still a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just eventually stopped that. Yeah. But Facebook, so I'd rather spend the money on Facebook, even Instagram, or just do the both, right? Just do Facebook and say also for Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's where I spend pretty much bulk of my marketing money.
Yeah.
I do have a company that does my sprinkler marketing. Mm-hmm. So they post on Google or whatever, and I don't even know what they're doing.
Really? They just give you some calls?
Yeah. So
how's that? How do you pay it? Is it like per lead, or is it like
it's a
flat
monthly.
fee?
It's a flat fee. So they do everything. They even built another website for me just for sprinklers. Mm-hmm. And so we have another marketing sprinkler name.
Yeah.
But it all comes here, and it's we're not hiding that we're Lawn Thumbs, but we don't. It's not like Lawn Thumbs. But it's in there. It's in the website that they built for me, and I pay them, and they're good. They're good. So we get a lot of calls for sprinklers. We get emails that will have it from the form on that page, plus the calls when our phone rings. This is a customer from so and so. So we're just all our Google is just for sprinklers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Let's see. What do you think about Yardbook? Have you ever used that ever?
I actually did the trial on Yardbook and LMN, and I don't have enough experience to really give an opinion on that. Only thing I can really give an opinion on is like I said, I'm sure it doesn't compare to Service Autopilot, just because if it did, I would I don't know. I think it's more like I think Service Autopilot is its own category, and then Jobber and LMN and Yardbook and all those are kind of like a tier below. Yeah. They are a tier below in pricing, and they're a tier below in
the like amount of features.
Yeah. Thanks for the help. And like I said, if I could go back, if my goal is to grow my company, my goal is to be big. If I was going to be a solo guy or like a solo plus one, or I was cool growing slow, then I probably would stay with. I use Jobber right now. I'd stay with them, but. My goal is to grow, and this is my dream. You're living my dream, so I would do Service Autopilot from day one, like your buddy did. You told me the story about your buddy from day one. Day one he did it, and that's what I would have done. Yeah, and I think I'd be even further ahead if I had.
Yeah, I mean, you should start it start it now. I mean, you really should. Look into, you could even get the lowest tier to start just to enter in your clients.
Yeah.
Just so that whenever you're ready to do some blast email marketing, you could just do it from there. It's not like when they sign up or say yes that it goes, you have to use that system.
Yeah.
But you could get the email back saying yes. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of features that, that was one of the reasons why I went with Service Autopilot when I first started, was because I was paying for T sheets for my employees to clock in. That was like a $60 plus $5 a user fee, and that was in Service Autopilot.
Yeah.
I was paying like a MailChimp type of thing if it was constant contact, and it was like to send out emails.
Yeah.
And that was like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 bucks a month.
Yeah.
That was in Service Autopilot. So if you factor in all the things that I was already paying for, it was like Service Autopilot was like 50 bucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so I would look into that because it's all there.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not trying to sell Service Autopilot, but
Yeah,
it is awesome. It is awesome, powerful. And the reason why I'm saying it's really powerful is because I'm paying for Service Titan, which is really powerful, but it's got its own power features like inventory tracking, price book, so your text can give prices right there on the property with pictures. So it's built for a certain specific thing, but it lacks so many features that Service Autopilot has.
Yeah.
So I just think that that's where you need to
Service
go
Autopilot
for
needs to
mowing.
sponsor this video.
For mowing and maintenance, garden maintenance, even fertilizing. I know there's other softwares out there better for fertilizing, but it worked great for me, and I love to fertilize. So for reoccurring services, Service Autopilot is the way to go, for sure.
They should mail you a check. You should put your address in the description.
I'll take it. I'll even just take a free admission ticket to SA.
Oh, yeah?
SA8 probably.
That's coming up, so it's not too late.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm going to be at Los Angeles next week for Pantheon. We're going to be at the Coliseum for the Service Titan conference. If anybody's going to be there, hit me up so we can go have dinner, talk about business. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you get a chance to pick this guy's brain, I mean, he let me come on a whim. I was very surprised. I offered to pay him. He wouldn't take my money. And so first comment on one of these videos said, hey, like, I would love, like, you need coaching. I would love to get some, like, pick your brain or even come out there if you do something like that. And you're like, yeah, message me on Instagram. Yeah. And then I don't have an Instagram, so I had to message my wife. So I was like, man, he's going to think it's so weird. It's like Clean Green Lawn Care, which is not even my business name anymore. It commented, and then like Nicole, my wife, messaged you on Instagram, and like you're just like, yeah, and like 2 weeks later I'm here.
Yeah,
like, it was like that simple.
Yeah. I just feel really bad because Fernando wasn't here, and he was here for a garden tour, and Fernando wasn't here. He's took a week off, and it snowed for 2 days. Yeah. But it warmed up enough to where we did work. I think we were able to do everything. And actually, while we were inside, I was able to show you some of the numbers and computer stuff.
It might have worked out better because the original plan was, I actually asked you to go in the field, like, and like, hey, like day 2, can I go out with your crews and like learn the garden maintenance stuff? I want to add that to my business, and right now I don't really do it. But end up because of the weather, I've spent the first half of day 2. And I'm glad that happened because day 1 we got so much in, but like there was still so much. I mean, I probably asked you at least 1,000 questions the last 2 days, and I had so many more left over from day 1 to ask you, and it worked out great. It worked out fantastic. That day 2, half the day was here, and then I went out with the crew for a couple hours.
That's awesome.
So it worked out great. It worked out.
Well, yeah, I've been to enough conference things to where I felt like I can help you. Yeah, teach or
you need to do this for money somehow. Like, you need like. I'll be your.
Yeah, no, I just do the membership. So the join feature, the membership one, I do phone calls every single week, and typically supposed to be for 30 minutes, but I always go over. Yeah. And sometimes I've talked to people for like 3 hours. Man. Like I just love talking about business. I love seeing other people take what I give and try it out, or just be successful just because I just love doing this kind of stuff. So I'm glad that I could help you. Let's see here. How much can you guys make a year with 2 helpers plus the owner? You want to try and answer that?
So last year I was that for most of the year, and my best month was 23. But I know you can do more because last year it was just me and 2 guys in the same truck. We weren't separated at all. This year, I've already got a 3rd guy hired, which is not your question. But I have a 3rd guy hired to start in May. But so it'll be me and 1 guy in my truck doing landscaping full time, and 1 guy doing a solo mowing route. I think we can at least do 25, 26,000. With that 3rd guy, I definitely want to be doing my goal. I told my guys this is I want to do 30,000 a month, and get to where hopefully that's the new normal. But last year I consistently did 20, and 23 was my best month, and that was with 2 guys, and we were all in 1 vehicle. So I don't know what the average out to a day is, but if I'm priced right and fully booked, I know me and 1 guy can do 1,000 doing landscaping a day, and I know my mowing guy can do 400 to 600 depending on my route. My routes aren't perfect, and my mowing's not the best yet, so some days are lower than others. But on a great day on my best route, I know he can do like 550, 600.
Yeah.
1 guy solo.
Right.
So that's about how much you can do. At least that's how much I can do. If Freddie was 1 guy in 2 trucks with his workers, he would do more than that. He would be able to do more than that. That's what I'm doing right now, and
Yeah, I have no idea. 2 guys, 1 truck. Sorry, is that what the question was?
It wasn't 1 truck. It was just 2 guys plus owner, which for me was 1 truck last year.
So the way I would look at it is 2 helpers plus the owner. I would take the owner out of the field because you are more valuable pushing more work full time than just whenever you get to breathe.
Yeah.
It's like you finally got out of the truck. You got whatever you did to get caught up. Now you're calling a few people, and it's it. If you could go home tired because you called all day, that means your guys are gonna be just slam busy.
Yeah.
Making good money, telling their friends they got to come help them. I don't know. I tried to see on here what 2 of my guys could bring in, but it won't let me go
today. We just ran the numbers for.
But just 2 guys.
Yeah, that was just 2.
Oh,
and
but
for today
yeah,
it was
yeah.
11.
Well, I was gonna do like a mow guy. I was gonna do 2 mow guy. A mow guy.
A mow and a
Let's see.
maintenance.
Let's say a mow and a maintenance.
Yeah.
In 1 week, and I don't even know if I can get good numbers this way, but
No,
let's see
because this week you can't do good numbers.
Let's see what the month. If we did it for just 1 month.
Yeah, do.
April 1st to the 30th. So this is 2 mow guy.
1 mow, 1 maintenance. Or
1 mow guy and 2 guys in maintenance, in garden maintenance.
1 and 2.
So an owner helping out the garden maintenance and 1 guy full-time mowing.
Gotcha.
So in 1 month, that team should do $36,000.
Yeah, so I knew you'd do way more than me.
Yeah. But that's with the help. That's with the owner helping.
Yeah.
In this like
You
exercise.
would do 2, sacrifice like the short-term top line revenue because the owner's not working in the field.
Right.
For the growth trajectory of owners selling full time.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna be 2 guys
Correct.
for long.
Correct. So
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I'm not even joking here. This number of 36 can be done by 2 people. Because the
Really?
garden maintenance is budget hours, not by productivity during the whole day. So even if you got 1 guy, he's on a property for 3 hours, or you got 2 guys for an hour and a half, but it's still the same labor.
Yeah.
And it's not like those garden maintenance are full days because we only schedule them for, 3 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So honestly, Chris on the mow, Fernando on the gardens.
So you
got $36,000.
So you're saying you do 18,000 per employee per month. So that'd be like 2 employees doing 36. You said.
Well, let's take out one of the garden guys.
Can you do like Fernando's last month or something?
No, I won't do Fernando because that's just we
cheating.
It's not cheating. It's just that we dispatch Fernando all the garden jobs, and then he dispatches it out to everybody. It'll look messed up.
Okay.
But like
300,000.
so one mow guy in 1 month
Yeah.
will bring in $22,000 right here.
Oh, so just the mow guy?
Just one mow guy did 22. So,
Wow.
so see, but that's route density.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
you know,
you're-
that's not like driving from side all over the county.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Jesus.
I mean, and if I'm wrong, you could look at this because so
Your one guy did basically my best month of owner plus 2 guys last year, including landscaping.
yeah,
Oh, ouch. That hurts the ego a little bit.
yeah.
Thanks, Freddie.
You know, and maybe this isn't exactly perfect because it is a whole month, so maybe he had a helper somewhere
Well,
in there. You know what I mean?
Are you sure this is just mowing, or is this
No,
like Spring Awakening?
No, I
Or
picked
spring-
one employee, but there's a few services in there, so.
Oh, okay, like aeration and stuff. But I mean,
Yeah.
but it's still the same. It doesn't. They didn't ask about just mowing. They asked like what they can do. You know,
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah. This
they didn't care.
is all the services he did.
Yeah, he did this.
So yeah.
Jeez.
So anyway,
Gotta up my game.
you just don't know what you're capable until you actually like trust that your workers can do it. Like if you look at that list, I say, hey, do this list. He's gonna go, what the fuck? Hell
Yeah.
no. But you do it day by day.
Yeah.
You say, look, do this list today. Awesome. Good job. Pay him. Pay him.
Pay him good.
You know, pay him good.
Yeah.
And then keep doing that. And then every day. And then by the end of the month, that's what he did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to, let's see. I always read Dr. J Dub, but it's Jamar. What's up, Jamar? The conference I'm talking about is the Pantheon in Los Angeles for Service Titan. And that's next week. I'll be there Tuesday through Saturday. So I'll be there almost a whole week. And I'm hoping to meet up with some of you guys because I'm going to be hanging out with like these big billion-dollar companies. And they're not going to know who I am or care who I am. Not that I want to, my battery's dying. I want to talk to people that I can relate to. So, but I also want to learn from people that I don't relate to so I can get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's see.
Great buddies. Hope so.
Which is the best blower, sir? I don't know. I use Shindawa handhelds.
We use steel backpacks.
Also, the Go Edge. No.
Echo.
No. The battery powered.
That was Echo.
No.
Oh no, you're
Ego.
Oh, yeah. Ego.
Ego is the best blower, but whatever. Answer.
Or else.
Hope that answered you, creative.
Did this guy pay for a consultation visit to your shop or what? He wouldn't take my money. I did buy him lunch twice and got his employees to help me out, gift cards, but he wouldn't take my money. But for now on, he should charge. And he should charge, and whatever he charges, you should pay because.
No, I mean, someday. For now, I don't mind doing it. I love it. I just love talking business, talking shop. So,
Yeah.
lets me reflect too, believe it or not. I mean, talking to you a lot, but as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about how I'm doing things, and it's just eye-opening for me too.
Hey, hopefully, the one thing idea I had for you pans out. And I get paid for the time, maybe.
Yeah, so I've been buying a lot of customers from businesses that are kind of getting out of mowing. And so he suggested that why don't I do an automation so when we get those customers, we put them in our system and just have the system automate them. I think it's a great idea, and I can't believe we didn't think about that before.
Well, because the quotes you send out to regular customers, you have an automation, like a 3-step process with cool videos, stuff like that, to really try and sell them.
Right.
And you told me to turn the automation off because of that, and I was like, well, why don't you have the separate automation for them?
Yeah.
Like separate text and separate kind of stuff.
Because our automation, when we give a quote for mowing, and somebody doesn't respond to us right away, every day they get a new email saying, hey, just while you're thinking of signing up with us, we want you to know that we also close the gates if you've got dogs or whatever, you know? And then the next day they'll get another one. Hey, you still haven't decided. We want to let you know that if we see a dry spot in your yard, that we're going to let the sprinkler techs know about it and they'll reach out to you, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But so we had to shut that off because when we buy new customers and we put them in our system, they were getting those emails and they were going, what? Who's this company? Like, I didn't sign up with them. So we had to shut it off because we were getting like basically angry new customers that didn't even know that we bought their information. Mm-hmm. So he thought we should enter them in as a different kind of automation. Yeah. And so they should get something like, hey, we know that you were with this other company, but they are getting out of mowing and they decided that we might be a good fit for you. Here are the services that we do.
Yeah. And the next one's like, here's why. Like, here's what makes us different.
Yeah.
You know, like something.
Yeah.
And like, you could literally make a video like specifically talking to, we bought you from someone else, the kind of
Totally.
video. You
Yeah.
know, it's like,
which I've done too.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I actually have a good one, but it was specific to this company,
one guy.
The big company we bought.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, but you know, how much time it takes, you can make a specific video for every one you buy. You don't buy like 30.
Yeah.
You buy 4. You can make 4 videos.
Yes.
It wouldn't be.
Totally.
Yeah. Like, hey, I know.
I mean, it's not that easy, but yeah.
Alex. Oh, I know it's not that easy. But like, you know, but it might be worth it if it convert. You know, because
no, that's true.
Your conversion on mowing customers might be 10%.
Totally.
It might get you to 20 or 30 by
totally. I mean, I thought it was really important when we made the video for that big company. Like, we went all out. You know, like we had all the pink trucks lined up, and we said, you know, eventually you're going to notice the pink trucks turning blue, and then we had the color of the trucks change right behind me.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, we literally went all out. Like,
yeah.
And we should take that kind of, like, tackle all of them, even if they're smaller, with that same, like, enthusiasm.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that. You don't have to do that much editing, or you know, even if it's just so personal, it would be.
Oh yeah,
beneficial.
Be
like
better.
even hey, like I know AJ used to mow you, but hey, I'm Fred.
Totally. Yeah.
You know, something like that.
So, Brent, what's up, man? Good to see you. Brent's a good friend of mine. We actually met. Well, we met through YouTube, but I met him at the SA conference, and it was really cool. What's up, Merrick? Good evening, everyone.
What's up, buddy?
Do you charge customers to do weeding hourly or by the job? Thanks. Okay, so we do custom quoting on every single job. So if somebody calls for weeding, we say, okay, we're going to send somebody out to go look at it, and then we'll give you a quote. Now, Daisha, my garden manager, has so many estimates, 50 in fact, that there's no way she's going to get to them this week. So I changed it a little bit starting yesterday, and we already did a job like this. I started offering block weeding 4 hours for $300, 8 hours for $600. And just trying to see if that was something that they would be interested in. And I got the first person I offered the 4 hour, I can't remember, 4 hour block for $300. The first person I mentioned it to said yes. And I have a new garden guy that I wanted to send out on his first day by himself. Well, it wasn't his first day, it was actually his 4th day here, but I knew that he could handle it because he's experienced, and I wanted to hurry up and get him out there to do a job, and this was a perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
So he went out and did it.
Killed it.
Yeah. And so I think we sent him out to another one either that day or the next day. I don't know, but that's what he's been doing. So we've been selling these 4 hour or 8 hour blocks, and we're giving them to one-man gardeners now. So I'm really excited about that. That started yesterday, and we sent out a blast to all our leads today for that, and we've gotten a few responses that they want to do it.
At least 2, right? Like already?
That was like earlier today. That was earlier today, so I don't even know. There's a whole bunch of emails here.
You get so many.
I'm just trying to see if I could find one to see what they say.
4 hour.
All right, 4 hour block. So, just the backyard, flower beds, and check with me about which shrubs to trim. So it's not like it's going to be that easy. You know, I've got guys that have problems communicating with customers. So I think, you know, we need to call, like, oh, actually, we followed up. so there's a follow-up here. Sounds good. Would you mind sending me pictures of the shrubs you want trimmed and which you want removed so we can discuss it with the crew in advance?
Yeah.
So as long as the office is like getting as much information as possible, then we can put that in the job notes and our techs will do what they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So anyway, the 4-hour blocks is something we're going to be trying out, and so far it's been great because the more trucks we have out on the road, even if it's one-man crew, we're more profitable than having trucks in the shop just sitting there with nobody in them. So that's kind of why I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And Daisha has so many estimates that
Yeah.
she can't get to them all.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but I don't like hourly. Let me explain why I don't like hourly. Do you like hourly? Have you done that? Do you do it?
No, I never do it. And, well, I'm just YouTube taught, so
Yeah.
I just from YouTube videos I watch, I'm like, one, I know for a fact, like if your workers aren't incentivized in any way, shape, or form. I'm not incentivized to finish quickly any way, shape, or form.
Right.
I don't think it's good for the customer.
Right.
It's also not good for us because we can't beat our hourly rate.
Yeah.
We never.
Totally. Yeah, that's true. The thing is, there's a couple issues with hourly. If you do hourly, the customers get mad if your techs are on the phone. They're mad if they go out to the truck. They're mad if they're not running, doing every single damn thing. Also, they're got a watch out there making sure that you're doing whatever you're supposed to be doing. Like, hey, you went over or whatever, or you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part about it, the reason why I've had the most pushback with hourly is in the customer's mind, they think the job should only take 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
But in reality, it takes 10. They're going to complain about their $800 bill when they were thinking at most it should be $200.
Yeah.
So that is the deal breaker for me. I don't like that. Now offering it in a 4-hour block, it's not going to change. If they get done faster, if they get done more, then we need to train our techs to, when they get there, to say this is going to take longer than 4 hours. Your guys that are doing the job should know in their mind if they could do this in 4 hours. Now, you're going to have guys that are like, I don't know if I can do it in 4 hours. I'm going to try. And you say, well, about how long do you think you're going to need? I don't know, 6. You can call the customer and say, look, you got a 4-hour block, but my guys don't think they can get it done in that time, but they're going to try. If they went to 6 hours, how would that work? Like, would you be okay with that? If they say yes, then you kind of have to bite the bullet and kind of rely on what your guy said. So if he goes at 7 or 8 hours, you know what? You said 6 hours, dude. You gotta do better for us. Like, you know what I mean?
Or what you said was, what if you only do it in 4 blocks? Say, hey, we told you
4 to
300 for
8,
4.
Correct.
We told you it was gonna be 300. Like our text there, we did it sight unseen. He said he can't do it in 4. We've got to do 600.
We got to do 600.
Yeah, and then he still has a chance to beat
Yeah,
ours.
and that way he has to take a little longer than even what he's thinking. We're gonna get it done.
That,
I like that
yeah.
one better.
Yeah, I stole it from you, so that's why you like it better. But it actually reminds me of like one of like the kind of a core lesson I learned about my business, and maybe someone listening to this would learn it too. Is like, I feel like I price things and I'm like, hey, if I'm really busting butt and like running around like a chicken with a head cut off, I know I can get it done in this time because I want the work, and I think I can get it done in 6 hours. But you have such a different mentality, and I work with your crew, and it's like, listen, we want to take our time. We want to do good work. We want to like make sure we don't miss a weed. So we're gonna price it to where like I know I'm not running around like shaking my head cut off because I don't want to do that. Things are missed. You have quality issues if that happens, and then all your guys are miserable too because they've got to go a million miles an hour all day long.
Yeah,
and that's how I've been pricing things. Like, hey, if I go a million miles an hour, I can do it in 45 minutes. So I can price it at 45 minutes worth of labor.
Totally.
But I should price it at an hour and a half and be able to take my time and do high quality. Because I've had some quality issues. Like I've had some stuff, I'm like leaving a job, and I'm like, I'm 6 hours over what I budgeted this for, and it doesn't look that great still. Because I price it so aggressively. Yeah. But that's not how you do things, and that's like another big lesson I got to take with me. Like, hey, you can't pay the good price, I can't do good work.
Right.
And that's how you guys are doing it, and that was an eye opener for me.
So it's also like really nice for the workers because I get guys sometimes that are new, and they've worked at a garden place, a place that did flower bed maintenance, and they're so rushed. They're so rushed, And I'm like, and the other workers are like, dude, don't relax, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, okay, what?
Yeah.
And then it's just all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh, okay. Now there's two sides of it. I mean, that's the maintenance side of things, and then there's the cleanup.
Yeah.
The cleanup, we try to be as accurate as pricing as we can, and so those are some jobs where new guys will come in and go, hey, we're gonna be here today and tomorrow. No, we got to get it done by lunch. You know what I mean? So you got to have there is some pressure, but for the most part, if you're priced right with mowing, there's no need to rush. Unless you're totally short-staffed.
Yeah.
But as you've seen, I've got guys that are doing 13-hour budget hour jobs in half the time. So technically, meaning they can do 25, 26 hours in a full day worth of mowing. So that's really nice.
And you're not getting complaints. It's not like they're skipping stuff and all that. No. You're not getting complaints.
Actually, they're not skipping because if they do skip, they don't get those budget hours, which is a whole nother story. We don't.
Well, I
meant
skipping things like on lawns, right, like to cut corners.
Totally.
Yeah, they're not. If that was happening,
they're going to lose their job.
Yeah.
Their property to mow, and their budget hour from 13 hours is going to go down to 12. Yeah. And they're going to be upset.
They're going to make
with
money.
Themselves.
Yeah.
Not with me.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, so they don't. Yeah, but also they don't want to skip. Like that also, when you guys know, when you've got 25 lawns to mow, you're going to skip lawns for any reason. It doesn't need to be mowed. I'm going to skip it. I don't really want to talk about our budget hours for mowing and stuff, so I'm just going kind of rambling about stuff now. Yeah. But when you budget things right and they get it done fast, they're not going to want to skip the job either. I know you're talking about just skipping, cutting corners, but we want them to do the job that we got paid to be there for. So let's might as well do it.
Yeah, and it makes things so much less stress. Like you had that guy who moved all that stuff to mow the lawn because he wanted to mow the lawn and moved it all back.
Yeah.
I get on a lawn and they have stuff all over. I'm like, oh my God, like it's already budgeted. It's so tight. Like I've got to make this much per minute.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is so inconvenient. I get stressed out and hurts my budgeted hours and all that stuff because I've got it so tight. And you've got not a gap or whatever, but they're priced correctly.
Right.
So that if something like that pops up, it's no big deal. You just move stuff. Extra couple minutes. If 1 week you need to do a couple extra little things to make the lawn look right, you can do it. Yeah. And that's why you have great quality control.
Yeah. So that's great. So let's see. Brent. Hey. Green Cuts. Hello, everyone. What's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know, guys. My battery's about to die here.
I got one question for you before you sign off.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you know what a BHAG is?
No.
It's like big, hairy, audacious goal.
Right.
I don't know what book it came from. It might be something about BHAG, but I want to ask you out there, and then I didn't ask you, and then it came to my mind while we were talking. So what is Freddie's big, hairy, audacious goal?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like a goal that's kind of far in the future, 10, 20 years. That's so crazy, you're scared to say it out loud, but that's like the goal you secretly wish you could accomplish. If you had to put that goal out there in 10 years or 20 years from now, what's that look like, for you?
Well, take over Salt Lake County.
Uh-huh.
That's my goal. My big goal that I'm not even there. We have our first customer in Salt Lake County. Like last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Salt Lake County, is that like Salt Lake City up there?
Yeah, Salt Lake City, but the county, it's all Salt Lake, pretty much, and it's just right over the mountain there. It's not even far. But I feel like we're doing some major work here in Utah County.
Yeah.
But my big, hairy, audacious goal is to take over Salt Lake County, but take it over by the big companies eventually.
Yeah.
Just be the presence in Salt Lake.
You're the company. You're the place to
I don't know, and then to have 3 nice cars.
Really?
Really
You're a car
nice.
guy?
I am now because I feel like I can get my first nice car. I want to
Lambo?
get an Audi
Name it.
TTRS.
Yeah.
You know, right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, I want one.
Oh.
Yeah, and so and that's the kind of, so people say that's the car you get when you can't afford an R8.
Yeah. I'm not a big car guy. I don't even know what these cars are. I couldn't pick it out of a lineup. I'm such not a car guy. But
Yeah, so that would be my goal, to have like 3 really nice cars, like that when I was like a kid, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know, like a Lambo.
Yeah.
You know, so if I ever took over Salt Lake County, I should have my 3 nice cars. I don't know what they would be, but they would be like really nice, like supercars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a hairy audacious
Yeah,
goal?
oh,
But
yeah.
right
Yeah.
now, my hairy audacious goal for this year is to hit 3 million in revenue. So I wear it around my wrist.
That's cool. I need to do that.
And I also have like a fitness goal to hit 165. I'm 20 pounds away from that right
Bench
now.
press 165?
No. So anyway, yeah. What about you? What's your big hairy audacious goal?
Oh God, I wasn't ready for that. Oh man, 10 years from now, man, probably. God, dang it, I should have been ready.
Nah,
I
wasn't ready.
I know that's fair. That's fair. I don't got a car goal. I'm not a big car guy. You know, for me, always wanted like the $1 million house.
Okay.
And here, that wouldn't like we've talked about like where I'm from, like the average house like $130,000. So $1 million house is like there's not that many of them. They're mansions, like in southern Indiana, low cost of living. So $1 million house is like I do care about like my house is like my 3 nice cars.
Yeah.
So you know $1 million house like you know so that's like my thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and then as far as like the company goes, man, I like so kind of my idea, and it changes all the time. My business is that Evansville, Indiana, where I'm at, that location's big. Like I'll do multiple branches, like hardscaping department or branch and like a mowing branch and all the stuff. Kind of you're starting to build here. Like you have a different manager for different branches because they're big enough to sustain it, like something like that, And then, but also I do like the idea of having like satellite locations that's like maybe like simple services, like in Owensboro is like 50 minutes away. It's a decent sized city. Like a branch there that kind of does simple stuff. A smaller location, not meant to be like what I want to build in Evansville, but like it's still self-sustaining, has a general manager, it kind of runs, but we're still close.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll have one in like Florida, I'd have one in California, something like that, but a handful of satellite locations doing work in some satellite cities, and then I think I can do that in 10 years. If all goes well. And
great. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
I think if you're seeking knowledge like this, making trips to kind of invest in yourself, which I'm trying to do too, when I go to my conferences and things like that.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you coming out here. I hope that I, did everything I could to kind of like make your visit worth it.
No, seriously. Thank you, dude. I mean, come on. Thank you.
All right.
Come on. I thank you,
Well,
it was a gift.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Appreciate the visit. And, hope that we stay friends. This is awesome. Yeah. And we'll keep up with everything.
For sure, man. Maybe I'll come back on like virtually in like a month. Like, I implemented what Freddie said, and here's the changes,
Right on.
All
right, guys. We're going to lose battery life here. So I'm going to let you guys go. Yep. And I'll see you Saturday, Merrick.
Yep.
All right. Later. How do I turn this off?